Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to do the next in my series of what's in the bag. So this is how I'm choosing which clubs are going to be in my bag for 2018, or certainly the start of the season. So I've done my driver and I've picked that, so if you haven't watched that, click over now, see which driver I choose on that video. But we're going to go on to Fairway Wood now. So I've got three 3-woods. I've got the Cobra King F8 Plus, the TaylorMade M4 and the Callaway Rogue. So I'm going to hit 5 real balls with each on GC2, look at some numbers, give you a bit of feedback on kind of looks and feel as well, and then make a decision from this video as to which fairway wood is going to be in my bag. So I'm going to start with the Cobra F8 Plus. So it's got the baffler technology on the bottom and it's a nice compact head. So whereas with driver I quite like the bigger head, I think maybe with the fairway woods, just maybe leaning towards slightly smaller in the design. So I like the way it sits, a lot of technology on top of the club head. Off we go. So first one right out the toe, which is possibly where the smaller head doesn't benefit me. So that's a really, really poor strike. That's loaded across though. And any of you guys that have watched my videos will know I'm not generally somebody that gets on great with fairway wood, so if I can find something that I really like, that'd be a massive bonus for this year. That was more like it. So just turning over, that was right out the middle. And certainly, yeah, kind of distance I'd probably be looking for out of a 3-wood. Okay, shot 3. Just a little bit low off the face, and again, just turning over as I would probably expect to see. So we're going to see the carry probably down a touch, yeah, but again, for one that I didn't quite get, quite like the performance on that. Shot 4. Ooh, felt a bit heely. So I think strike there more than anything, just causing that little bit of shape. But again, certainly don't mind that on performance. Let's go one final one with the F8 Plus. That felt a really good solid strike. Very like those previous shots on shape. Getting out there with the best from that. So let's switch from the Cobra and quickly move over onto the, what should we go with next? Let's go with the TaylorMade, the M4. So certainly with this one, the head's a little bit bigger, which not sure as I'm quite as keen as when it sits with the ball on the floor. I think on a tee I quite like that bigger head, but on the floor I quite like the slightly smaller, more compact head. I know a lot of you guys then will say why you're not using M3, because that is a smaller head. I just find that M4, when I tested them against each other, kind of did perform better, and I obviously didn't want to do kind of 10-15 fairway woods in this video. So M4, 5 shots. So again, just turning over a little bit. But I don't mind as long as I can hit the same shot each time, or fairly similar shot each time. But that was a good solid strike to start with. It was a little bit off the bottom, which is kind of what I worry about a little bit with those bigger fairway woods at a slightly deeper face. Do you just feel that I struggle sometimes to get the middle of the club head on the ball? Okay, shot 3. Again, that was solid, if not spectacular strike. And again, just turning over a little bit more. Don't mind that. I certainly probably feel that the M4 is very, very easy to hit. Just didn't turn that one over, but very, very straight. Look at that, nearly got it on the white line. And one final one with M4. That's right out the heel. Really, really poor. Probably nearly as bad as the first one I hit with the Cobra. So, let's now jump over for the final fairway wood. I'm going to go on the Callaway Rogue. Now again, some of you guys might say that, you know, I'm going for the standard Rogue here, why am I not going Sub-Zero? I just think with fairway wood generally I don't necessarily launch the ball that high. I could go a bit more lofted, but then I feel that I kind of create more spin from the loft. So I think maybe the model here that's just spinning it a touch more, again, was just slightly better than Sub-Zero. But again, 5 shots, Callaway Rogue. Again, that felt good. Nice and solid and very, very similar shape that I was getting with the others, but that one definitely back on the first couple of fairway woods. And it's not necessarily all about distance with the fairway wood, but I still need performance and where it's going to slot into my bag. Very toey. It's quite like that first one. I mean, that was a little bit nearer the middle, but still very toey. It's run out a lot. I would imagine the spin will be quite low there. Shot 3. So I just turned one over, we just had a little fade. So lots of variety in there. Again, performance-wise, not bad on numbers. Last couple though. I certainly felt more like I'd be strike-wise and shape of shot that I'd be trying to get with the fairway wood. And again, rolling out nicely. So one final one with the Rogue. Just a tiny bit low off the face. And chasing out. Okay guys, so anyone eagle-eyed would notice there's still some golf balls there. Now, I've said this is choosing my 3-wood, but there is a club that's come in the last few weeks that I just want to see how it compares with 3-wood. And that club is the TaylorMade P790 UDI 2-iron. So I've had this out on the course a couple of times. I've got the 3-iron in my bag from the end of last year, and I know I hit 3-iron 220 to 230 total. So I think if this could get out round about that 250 to 260, possibly this could go in the bag instead of a fairway wood. Now, I'm going to hit the 5 shots with this, and then maybe as we look through the numbers, maybe talk about some of the pros and cons of the 2-iron. But let's just see with 5 shots how it stacks up against 3-wood. Well, if you hit it over there, it won't stack up at all. That was an interesting one to start with. So, still good as these clubs are, still need me to put even a half decent swing on it, which that didn't fall into that equation. So solid strike. Just trying to turn over. That's more like how I've been hitting it. So, I mean, really good kind of carry distance and total distance. I just didn't quite get all of that. But again, for a little bit of a miss hit, still performed pretty well. So last couple with the UDI 2-iron. Nearly, just didn't quite get that one turning over. And one final one with 2-iron. Ooh, little bit of a cut. But again, strike was good and really feels that gets out there. Right guys, so let's look through some numbers. There was obviously a couple of shots, maybe one with each, that should really disregard. So I'll take those off as we talk. We'll look at how the 3-woods performed, and then we'll talk about, like I said, maybe the pros and cons of putting 2-iron in instead of 3-wood. Right then guys, so I'm just going to start off by just taking, I mean the first one with the Cobra was an absolute shocker. And then I've got that one with the Rogue wasn't too bad. First one with the 2-iron was absolutely abysmal. And I had just one with the M4 that wasn't very good either. Okay, so when we look at the numbers, we have got ball speed, which is probably the more key one here, 149 with the Cobra, just over 150 with the TaylorMade, just over 151 with the Rogue, and 144 with the 2-iron, which I'd expect. The shaft's shorter, so I wouldn't be expecting to move the club as quick, therefore transfer the energy quite as well. Now, if we look at the amount of spin on the ball, I had just over 3,000 with the Cobra, 4,300 with the TaylorMade, so maybe just a touch high. With the Callaway, just under 4,000, maybe a touch high, and then just over 3,000 with the 2-iron. We look at carry distances. We had 237 with the Cobra and 257 total. 229, 245 with the TaylorMade. The Callaway 231, 250 and 227, 249. So certainly on carry and total, we definitely say that the Cobra has it. But interestingly, the 2-iron isn't a million miles back. Now, if we look at peak height, this is what interests me with the clubs. 28 yards peak height with the Cobra, which is good. I'm always looking around that 30 yards. 32 with the M4. Bang on 30 with the Callaway Rogue. And 26 with the 2-iron. So the 2-iron just a little bit flat. So I think probably there the Cobra just edges it. Right then guys, so for me the winner there was definitely the Cobra King F8 Plus. Like I said, the slightly smaller head, I like the look of that, and I think the performance numbers were good. I was getting some good carry, apart from the first one, which if the head had been much smaller I'd have missed it. But some really good numbers, some nice height of shot. Now my little dilemma is, I think the 2-iron's good. But if I stay driver 3-wood and then 3-iron as my longest down through the bag, haven't got room for the 2-iron. Now, because I play a lot of my golf at St Anne's Old Links, obviously during the summer, hopefully we get a summer, the ground's going to be a little bit firmer, and obviously it can blow a little bit round there. So there might be occasions when I would take 3-wood out of the bag and put 2-iron in. The little negative with 2-iron is I think it's maybe just a little bit on the low side with the flight, and I think the 3-wood would give me maybe a little bit more versatility out the semi-rough. But the reason I do like the 2-iron is I think if I want to hit any tee shots that I need to keep the ball down even more, it'll be a lot easier to do that with 2-iron as opposed to 3-wood. But the idea today, like I said, that might be getting purchased as a 15th club. I might go in the bag from time to time. But the winner of today's video and the fairway wood that will be going in my bag for this year is the Cobra King F8 Plus. So guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos as always. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Comment below and I'll get back to as many of you as I can. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.